Okay, so what we've got here is a few different planting systems. We're just about to start doing most of the planting here at Taranaki. I've got a mechanical transplanter, which is an Italian job. They are also built in the United States as a mechanical transplanter brand. Holland and a few others. We've also got what's called a Hamilton tree planter, which is made down in Hamilton in southwestern Victoria, a pretty big forestry area by Arborline Proprietary Limited. We've bought quite a few of our seedlings. These are examples of some of their seedlings here. This particular machine a lot of people would be familiar with. It's called a potapukki. They're built by Lannon in Finland, and they're also called a planting tube or a planting spear. We'll just do a quick demo of these. First of all, we'll look at the Hamilton tree planter. The Hamilton tree planter is specifically used for tube stock, and this is what we've got here with some cypresses. I'll just grab one of these out. Now, the idea with this is similar to what you would do with a bulb planter if you're planting bulbs in the garden. It just takes out a divot, which I'll just do. You just stand on it. I found the rip line. You just take that out. It takes out a piece of soil about the size of the tube, as you can see, and you just grab your tube and replace the soil. Just give it a bit of a push around with your foot and off you go. So you're not going to plant a lot of these a day using something like that, but they're not bad for planting into things like where you've just got rip lines and that sort of what we call land care or revegetation planting, where perhaps you're not able to get in with a tractor and do too much ground preparation, mechanical ground preparation, but that's okay. Anyway, they're a good machine. They also make a type of soil testing auger as well, and a few others. Alright, now the potapukki, it's a very efficient device, and is totally human operated. I've just got this belt that you can buy, which holds the trays. I'll just put that on. You can hold a couple of trays on each. I'll just grab a couple of trays, a couple of Hyco trays. And what you do is you just, in this case, let's say I've got these acacia melanoxylons, or Australian blackwoods as they're called. You just put the little clip on, which holds it in place, so that's not going to move. There's sort of a foam rubber there which keeps it right in check. And I've got some Eucalyptus nitens here, or shining gum. So let's assume that I'm going to interplant shining gum and blackwood in a planting. So I'll put them in there. That's all quite tight now. You can see the elastic with these clips has got that, and I can move around quite a bit without it coming out. And I'll grab my potapukki and we'll just come over to this row here. Now, potapukki is a really simple device. Basically, it's got a foot lever at the bottom here and like a duck bill at the bottom, and the job is pretty simple. You put the seedling into the potapukki like so, with that closed, and then you stab that into the ground, and then you push that open, and then you lift that off, give that a kick to cover it back over, close it up, and while you're walking to the next seedling, which you might do by pacing, or in our case we've already got pegs to tell us where they exactly are, you put the next seedling in. While I'm putting that one in, I'm using my other arm to grab the next seedling, so that I'm ready to put it in, and so on. And you can use them both hands. So this little thumb lever here, after we put this tree in, it closes the trapdoor. So very, very, very simple device, and they come in a range of sizes. This is the smallest one, it's a 50mm, so it's perfect for these Heikos, which I think are only about 35mm in diameter. And then they go right up to being able to do, I think, to 75mm, so you can do like tube stock with them and quite large seedlings. Okay, let's go and have a look at the mechanical transplanter, which is sort of like a real lazy man's planting machine. So what we've got here is this Fedeli brand or Italian mechanical transplanter. It's mounted on the 3-point linkage of this small tractor. Basically the job is here, is you sit in here and grab these seedlings and pop them onto these fingers, as it's called, as it sits there. As that goes, as these wheels go around, which are in contact with the ground, that drives this shaft here, which then drives this gear and a chain which comes back into here, and then that rotates in the center here. This chain here, which has got different gears that you can put on here, or sprockets of different sizes, and they determine what width the plants are put in. So we've got this set up for about a 3-metre spacing at the moment. So this shroud here actually closes the cam that holds onto the seedling, keeps going down. As it gets down to the bottom of this shroud, it then opens up through to where the shank at the bottom has opened up a void, and then it drops out the seedling, standing up vertically, and then away you go. And then these press wheels at the back here, which are diagonally opposed, they press down on the soil and make sure that it's nice and compacted around the seedling. There's models of these that vary. Some are called cup planters, where you've got like a rotisserie of cups that open, and they cam open, and you just basically drop a seedling in and they open, and then drop it down a chute. And and then they have another type that's called a skid planter, and that actually, instead of using press wheels, has skids with nylon plates on the bottom, so low friction plates, and they press down on the soil. For that sort of planter you need to have fairly well worked soil, but this type here, it will cope with a bit more rugged condition. One thing in common with all of these machines, though, that they're all designed for horticulture, and that's where they come from. So this is a good example of taking something from another discipline of agriculture and taking it over into something like we have here in forestry, or in agroforestry, and sort of doing some slight modifications so that it works for us here. Anyway, let's give it a run, and you can see how it works.